Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Fitra Ramadhani from class A. So let's get straight to it. Learning doesn't have to be perfect. Why mistakes are our greatest teacher. Have you ever been afraid to try something new because you were afraid of making mistakes? Afraid of speaking in public because you might be laughed at. Afraid of learning a new language because your pronunciation might sound strange. Afraid to share your opinion because you might be seen as not smart enough. Today, I want to invite you to look at mistakes from a different perspective. Not as something to avoid, but as the main path toward learning and growth. Personal experience. Let me begin with a simple story. A few years ago, I tried to speak English in front of my class. My sentences were not perfect. My pronunciation was incorrect, and I forgot some important vocabulary. After I finished, I feel embarrassed and thought, maybe I just not talent. But something interesting happened. A friend came up to me and said, I became brave enough to speak because you tried first. At that moment, I realized that my mistakes was not failure. It was courage. Why are we afraid of making mistakes? From a young age, many of us are taught that mistakes are something bad. Red marks on tests mean failure, wrong answer mean a lack of intelligence. Eventually, we grow up believing that making mistakes mean we are inseparable. However, scientifically speaking, the human brain actually learns faster through mistakes. When we make a mistake, our brain becomes more active in correcting it and remembering the right solution. In other words, mistakes are not a sign that learning is taking place. Mistake and learning. Let's look at a child learning how to walk. They fall, stand up, fall again, and keep trying. They don't stop just because they fall. They don't say, maybe walking is not my talent. So why, as a rule, do we stop trying after uh, trying after just one mistake? In learning a language, for example, there is no fluent speaker who has never made mistakes. Everyone who speaks fluent today once mispronounced words, use incorrect grammar, and feel embarrassed. The only difference is this: they did none. Stop. Mistakes will charge every mistake we make actually building something very valuable. Charge, the charge to try again, the charge to speak up, the charge to show up as we are. This charge is often more important than talent. Many talent people never grow because they are afraid of making mistakes. Meanwhile, many ordinary people go beyond their limits simply because they dare to try. Changing our mindset image if starting today. We change one sentence in our minds instead of saying, I made a mistake of so I fail. We say I made a mistake so I am learning. This small shift in mindset can change the way we face life. We become more willing to take change, more open to feedback, and more prepared to face challenge. Mistakes in the real world. Many great figures in the world success partially because of their failures. A famous writer was rejected many times by publisher. A successful entrepreneur went bankrupt before finally succeeding. A great public speaker was on nervous and made mistakes during their first speech. They share one thing in common. They did not turn mistake into reason to quit. A message for students and educators. To students, allow yourself to be imperfect. Learning is not about looking smart, it's about becoming better than yesterday. To educators, let us create safe space where mistakes are not much but respect as part of the learning process. Because a safe environment creates brave learners. Closing, today I am not asking you to stop making mistakes. Instead, I invite you to make more mistakes consciously, bravely, and with the intention to learn. Because behind every mistake, there is a lesson. Behind every failure, there is growth. And perhaps behind one small mistake you make today lies the best version of yourself in the future. Thank you. Additional reflection. Let me edit one more reflection. Often we compare ourselves with others. We see their final result, which saying a long process full of mistakes. We see someone who is confident speaking in public, without realizing that they are nervous, making mistakes and want to give up. Compression like this make us forget that everyone has a different learning timeline. The mistake you make today may be important step toward your future success. Mistakes as an investment in the future. Think of every mistake as an investment. It may feel uncomfortable now, but one result will be full. Every mistake related to our experience change our mentally and broad our understanding. If we never make mistakes, it means we never really try anything new. Call to action starting tomorrow. Try one thing that you have been avoiding because you are afraid of making a mistake. Dare to ask questions. Have opinion to or try new skill. It's okay if the results are not perfect. The most important thing is that you have the chart to take a step. Final affirmation: learning is not about being perfect, but about continuing to grow. Mistakes are not our enemies, but companions in the process of become better human. So if you make a mistake today, smile. It means you are moving forward once again. Thank you for listening. Maybe that's all from me. Saya ucapkan wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.